What is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to Bruce and Stephanie Comics. My name is Bruce, and today is October 18th of 2022, and it just happens to be my birthday. Today I turn 42 years old, or maybe it's 42 years young, however you want to see it. But guys, it's my birthday. Pretty exciting, but that's not what you guys should be excited about. No, in this video, we're doing my top 5 must-have pickups for this upcoming new comic book day. But there's also so much more we're gonna go over in this video. You guys know we're gonna go over my little checklist in just a bit. But if you guys saw my video last week, there was something going on with my mom that I will give you guys an update at the end of the video. I just know she would not want this video to be about her. So with that said, let's go ahead and talk about what this video is all about, because this video is to get you pumped, to get you excited for the books coming out on New Comic Book Day. And we have a whole checklist to go over because we go over so many cool things to get you pumped and excited. So let's go ahead and go over my checklist for this video. The first thing we're gonna go over is my pull list. I show you guys each and every single book that I'm picking up this week, and it continues to be a gigantic list. Someone please come to my house and help me cut down my list, because I'm just pulling way too many books. But I just love comic books, guys. It's hard for me to say no to a book that just looks really good. All right, after that, we're gonna go over the chopping block. These are books that I am cutting or chopping from my pull list. I'm starting to whittle them down over time, but really, I just need someone to come in and chop it in half for me. But after that, we're gonna go over my cover lover picks. These are covers that I just absolutely love. The cover work on those covers, and they're just gorgeous covers, guys. And man, there's some really good ones this week. And after that, we go over my almost top 5. These are the books that almost made the top 5 list. And then after that, that's right, at the end of the video, we go over my top 5 must-have pickups based on the story. What's in the guts of the book? You know, you cut it open, you pull up the guts, and you look at it, and you're like, oh man, that is some goddamn good guts. So that is the checklist. That's everything we go over on this video. I'm so excited, guys. I love the top 5 list because I tell you guys what you guys should be reading, and these stories are so good. But you know what? The rest of the video is also really good, so stick around. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive in to my pull list. Alright guys, my pull list once again is a big pull list. I said it at the beginning of the video and I'm telling you again now. There are 24 books on my pull list this week. I know, it's huge, it's big. Why am I pulling so many books? Well, I just think there's that many good books to be reading right now. So, of the 24, there are 3 new number 1s, and because everything that's going on in my personal life, I have not got caught up on 10 of the 24 series that are coming out this week. So that leaves 14 books that could make my top 5 must-have pickups. All right, guys, now with my pull list out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into the books that are on the chopping block. Alright guys, there's only one book that's on the chopping block, and I wouldn't even say it's really on the block just yet, because only one issue has come out so far, and that is Midnight Suns. Now, I was really excited for this series, especially once I heard there was going to be Strange Academy ties, and there were. It was tied in heavily to Strange Academy, which has me really excited. But I gotta say, the writing really wasn't that strong. I was left wanting, and that's why this book is on the chopping block. If it does not get better in the next 2 issues, it is going to be chopped from this list. All right, guys, with that said, let's go ahead and dive into one of my favorite sections on this video, my cover lover picks. All right, guys, it's time to dive into those cover lover picks. We got some really good covers to go over, and the first one up is for Nightwing number 97. This is the 1 in 25 done by Sergio Asuna. He's a new artist to me, and I absolutely love this cover, especially if you are a Batman and Batman family fanatic like I am. It has Batman, it has Nightwing, and it has my new favorite Robin on it, Damian Wayne. This is such an awesome cover, and I absolutely love it. Alright guys, and the next cover that I want to show you is for Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 1. This is a new number 1 dropping this week. I'm not interested in the story at all, but goddamn, this cover is really good. Now, this cover is done by Raphael Albuquerque, and it features the Demon Bear and Spider-Man looking absolutely epic, and it's just such a gorgeous cover. Alright guys, and the next cover up is for Batman One Bad Day, The Penguin number 1. This cover right here is done by Jim Lee, and this is the B cover for this book. Penguin looks absolutely amazing, and Penguin is slowly becoming one of my more favorite Batman villains, even though technically he's dead in the current continuity, but who cares? The Penguin is a badass character. Alright guys, with the DC and Marvel covers out of the way, we have one independent to show you, and guys, it is absolutely awesome. Now, I will say I've never read a Vampirella book in my life, but Vampirella Strikes comes out this week, and there are two covers that I absolutely love. The first one up is the B cover done by Stefan Segovia. It is gorgeous. It features like Vampirella like swinging on some vines. It's gorgeous. There is a trade dress in a virgin. I kind of like the trade dress more, funny enough, but the other cover that I love this cover, especially if you have like Halloween trick-or-treating type covers. This cover is stinking gorgeous. It is done by Ben Cadwell, and this is the D cover. That has the trade dress on it, but there's also the 1 in 25 virgin variant, which I think I like that one more, but also the trade dress also looks really good. This cover is just gorgeous. Guys, if you see this at your local comic book shop, go ahead and pick it up and put it in your box that has all your cover lover books in it, because this cover is gorgeous. Guys, you guys have to agree with me. Guys, let me know down in the comments below if you also think this cover is absolutely gorgeous. All right, guys, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive in to the almost top 5. Alright guys, we're diving into my almost top 5. These are the books that almost made my top 5 list, so you know these reads are still really good. They're just not the best of the week. And the first one up is Flashpoint Beyond. Number 6 comes out this week. This is closing out the Flashpoint Beyond series, and it has been so much fun. Jeff Johns is crafting such an amazing story, and I just love Thomas Wayne as Batman. He's a darker, broodier, that's right, broodier Batman than Batman himself. It is such a good book. Next up after that is Black Adam. Number 5. No, I will say this is one of the books I was not caught up on, and that's why it is in the almost top 5, but I have really enjoyed this series so far, and I also like this White Adam character. He's kind of hip. I will say he's a little woke for my liking, but he's still really cool. Alright guys, and the last book that's on my almost top 5 is 10,000 Black Feathers number 2. It comes out this week, and it is from the dream team of Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino. And this book was really good. It just wasn't amazing. I think a lot of Jeff Lemire's stories start like that. They start off a little slow, and they get better and better, and you're like, oh my god, I love this story. So that's why this book is on the almost top 5, because it just really hasn't sunk its teeth into me just yet. But it's Jeff Lemire, and I know it will. Alright guys, with that out of the way, you know what to do. We're going to dive in to my top 5 must-have pickups. Let's go ahead and find out what the number 5 book is. Alright guys, the book that's in the number 5 spot, which is kicking off our top 5 list, is none other than Deceased War of the Undead Gods number 3. Now if you have not read the first 2 series, what are you doing? Go back and read those series. Now this book is written by Tom Taylor and art by Trevor Hairshine. They have done volume 1, they did volume 2, and they're back from volume 3, and this story is just continuing being epic and awesome, and there's continuing to be twists and turns that you didn't see coming, and it was awesome. Awesome. Who likes the New Gods? If you don't know who the DC New Gods are, they're characters that I just really don't care about. They're from like the 60s, and they're just weird characters in my opinion. But guys, they're so cool in this book. I was like, what? You made the New Gods cool? How did you do that, Tom Taylor? Because who cares about the New Gods? Now, I'm sure I'm offending some of you, but I'm a new comic book reader. I don't read books back from the 60s and 40s and 30s and, I don't know, even the 80s. I'm like, 80s? What are you doing? But guys, read this book. It is so good. If you don't know the general idea of this book, it's zombies in the DC universe, and the zombies are defeating everyone. There's just like this small pocket of heroes left trying to save humanity. And guys, it is just so good when you see a hero get turned, or a hero do something really cool, like sacrifice themselves for the greater good. There's also a lot of villains that are now obviously heroes because they don't want to die. They want to help save themselves, but also, like, you know, they're starting to grow as characters and become actual human beings. It's so good. Guys, if you guys are not reading Deceased War of the Undead Gods, go ahead, get caught up and read this book. It's so good. And the artwork by Trevor Hairshine, it continues to be a selling point for this book. It's really good. All right, guys, with the number 5 book out of the way, you know what we're going to do. We're going to jump in and find out what the number 4 book is. Alright guys, sitting in the number 4 spot is none other than Batman Superman World's Finest number 8, written by Mark Waid and art by the fantastic Dan Mora. Now the artwork in this book is probably the best selling point of this book in my opinion. Dan Mora is absolutely fantastic. He is one of the best superstars at DC outside of maybe Jorge Jimenez. His artwork is just fantastic. It speaks to so many different kinds of mediums, and the way he draws Batman and Superman is absolutely epic. He's perfect for this world. He just puts a certain amount of positive energy, and it's epic. But also, the story that Mark Waid is telling is just really enjoyable. There's a lightheartedness to it that is missing out of a lot of the other DC titles. It is just really good. It's a fun story. And when can you say that about a Batman story? They're usually just so dark and brooding. But guys, this story is really, really fun. I like all the characters. I love everything about this book. So if you guys like my opinion, you go ahead and check out Batman Superman's World's Finest. You can pick up the first arc and trade, and then you're all caught up, and you can join me in this amazing ride, because this is the beginning of the second story arc, or I should say issue number 7 was the beginning. This is the second book of the arc, so you know, you're not that far behind if you want to jump in now. Alright guys, let's go ahead and find out what my number 3 book is, which is right in the middle of this top 5 list. Alright guys, the number 3 book is it's the sole independent on this top 5 list. Now normally my list has more independents, but I don't know why. Am I behind on the independents this week? I can't remember. But guys, the number 3 book is none other than Wind, Throne of the Sky, number 3. This is written by James Tynion IV and art by Michael Delanis. And guys, this book is just a must read. This is a must-have pickup in my opinion. Now people say volume 1 was a little hard to read because it was actually supposed to come out as a trade paperback and then they forcibly broke it up into single issues. And I will agree, but guys, volume 2 is not like that at all. It was written to be single issues and you can just tell it is such a more enjoyable experience. The artwork by Michael Delanis is freaking fantastic. Oh my god, every single page is just stunning artwork. It's so gorgeous. And these are also slightly thicker books than normal. I don't know exactly what the page count is, but they're definitely a little thicker and a little longer, so you're getting your money's worth. And guys, this story is just epic. It's so good, especially if you like trolls and vampires and fairies and all these magical creatures with humans. And it's just an awesome story about people learning about themselves and how they can actually change in life. And that's just like us. We all want to change. We all want to do better. And we also like to see when other people do better. And that's exactly what this story is about. Accepting people for their differences, and it's awesome. This is such a great book. You guys should be reading Wind, Throne of the Sky for the story and for the artwork. It is just an awesome book. And also some of the covers for this series is just so good. I really like to find out the 1 per store virgin variant of cover A. I try to get that for every single book because it's just awesome. All right guys, that is my number 3 book. Let's go ahead and jump in to my number 4. Alright guys, the book that's in my number 4 spot is the one and only Marvel book to hit the list this week. I'm a big DC guy, you guys know that, especially if you watch all these videos. But guys, there is one book at Marvel Comics that lands on the list every single time it comes out because it's just that good of a book. I think it might be the best book written at Marvel Comics right now, and I am talking about Moon Knight. That's right, Moon Knight is just so freaking good. It is written by Jed MacKay and art by Alessandro Cappuccino. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I'm probably totally butchering it because my nickname should be the Butcher of Names because I'm terrible at pronouncing them. But guys, issue number 16 drops this week. There are some great covers. The A and B cover are really good. But guys, the current story arc is delving into the 3 personalities of Mark Spector. I am blanking at the top of my name because I have a camera in front of my face. But guys, I love the fact that they're diving into these separate parts of Mark Spector's life. It is so fantastic because they're actually completely different people doing completely different things, but they're all helping the greater goal of the character itself. It is so cool. I also love that they're still touching base with all the characters that Jed MacKay has put into this series, and they're making them count as characters for the overall story. It is such a great book. The artwork is not my favorite. I do enjoy it and fits this story and it fits this character, but I wish it was like, you know, done by Jorge Jimenez or Dan Mora or some of the other artists I really love. But guys, It is a great book, and it is the best book at Marvel Comics. That's right, the best book. If you know of a better book at Marvel Comics, guys, let me know down in the comments below. And we'll have a little debate on me telling you why Moon Knight's the best, and you can tell me why your book is the best. All right, guys, let's go ahead and find out what my #1 book dropping this week is. Alright guys, the #1 book coming out this week that I read and got caught up on is Nightwing number 97. That's right, we're finishing with a DC book. We're finishing with a Bat Family book. It's no surprise, if you guys have been following this video series, you know I am loving Tom Taylor. That's right, this is written by Tom Taylor and art by Bruno Redondo. This is an amazing creative team. One of the best creative teams out there. This book, since issue number 78, has been fantastic. There's been a couple slow issues overall. That's it, slow. They were still fantastic reads. Their action in them just were a little slow. But guys, this book is incredible. The artwork in this book is some of the best. Bruno Redondo's panel layouts are so epic. I love when he has like a 2-page spread and he has the character dance across panel after panel doing something really cool, which happened in this last issue on issue 96. But this story is so good. The last issue, how it ended, epic. And they're building up to another battle with the character Heartless, which is such a great character. But my favorite part of this book, and you're probably gonna laugh at me, and I'm totally okay if you do want to laugh at me and tell me, Bruce, you're ridiculous, and I'm totally okay with that. My favorite part is the relationship between Nightwing and Batgirl, or Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon. It is fantastic. I absolutely love it. It's natural, and that's what is so great about this relationship in this book. It's never forced. You never feel like these two characters are being forced upon each other. No, they're just there in the background supporting each other, and it's absolutely fantastic. And at the end of issue number 96, it just came to this culmination, this epic moment where Barbara Gordon just told Dick Grayson, I love you. And it was like, what? I love this. And she's like, do you love me? And he's like, yes, of course. It's awesome. I'm getting a little goosebumps right now because it was so freaking good. So yes, there's amazing action. Dick Grayson is doing some amazing things for the city of Bloodhaven. Because he got all that money from Alfred. Spoiler, if you didn't know, Alfred died and gave all of his money to Dick Grayson. That was at the very beginning of this story, starting back in issue number 78. Now, so many things have happened. And I also love that Dick Grayson is still relying on all of his friends. It was so good. Oh man, this book is just so good. Artwork, story, fantastic. Also, an amazing relationship between two great characters of Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon. Enough said, people. Great book. All right, guys, that is the end of this top 5 list. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was really nice to get back and do this video. I really missed it last week, but I will get you guys caught up on why I missed it last week right after this. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Alright guys, you guys have made it to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end. You guys know if you made it this far, you guys are legends. Now, before we dive into the update on what was going on with my mom, I just want to take a second and thank every single one of you who left a comment on last week's video. You guys are absolutely amazing. You guys have no idea how much that helped me last week get through just a very, very difficult part in my life. You guys are fantastic. You guys are amazing. The support you showed me is incredible. I can never, ever show my thank you enough. So I just want to say, again, one more time, thank you. Thank you for leaving a comment and saying the things you guys did. It was just very key for me last week. It really, really helped. Now, if you guys don't know, my mom had terminal cancer and she passed away a week. She passed away last Tuesday. It's been a awful week, but I've had some amazing support from my family. My sister and I spent a lot of time together. My best friend from New Hampshire actually came down this past weekend. He actually left early this morning so he can get to work. He only had to miss one day at work, but it's been a hard week. That's why I missed the videos last week, but I'm back. I'm back because I need this. I need this for me to continue to go on, and I know my mom would want me to continue making these videos and continuing putting myself out there to you guys and just sharing my love of this hobby with you. She knew how much I loved comics and how much they meant to me, and I know my family understands that, and here I am. I'm breaking down now because I'm talking about her, but I really am doing better. I'm okay, and I'm continue to get better day after day. Things are gonna get better. And I know on YouTube this weekend there is Comics Curing Cancer happening. Make sure you guys check out YouTube this weekend. I'm sure if you just type in Comics Curing Cancer, you guys will find live streams and videos and all kinds of really cool things happening this weekend. There's some really awesome creators handling that this weekend. I'm just personally not ready to join in on that. I'm just not ready. All right, guys, that is me getting you guys caught up on everything. So yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this video up with some positivity. All right, guys, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, get yourself subscribed, hit that bell for notifications, and smash that like button. Every single week, I put out 2 videos, my must-have pickups, and also my comic book speculation recommendations video, where I talk about comic book speculation. Now, I really am going to try to put out the other video that I recorded, and I'm going to try to get some new content recorded for the channel, because I know it needs some sprucing up. We need to get some new stuff happening on this channel, and I do have an idea for a live stream. That's right, a live stream back with Stephanie, putting Stephanie back in the hot seat with me and going over some really cool comic book things. So guys, stay tuned to the channel, and hopefully we get some new stuff out there. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.